I love the idea of finishing strong, and I'm trying to think of how can we empower women in practical ways of how they can finish strong wherever they are in this season. Maybe they're seeing the end of the year and thinking, I can't possibly finish strong, or I want to start next year well, and I want to finish my life strong. Like wherever they are, I like to think about some of my favorite pro basketball team. I won't mention my team, but we may or may not have won a few championships the past decade. And my team is known kind of for being really good in the fourth quarter. That's kind of what they're known for. In the fourth quarter is when they start to play. In the fourth quarter is when you will tell why this team is different than the other teams. And let me tell you, in the NBA and in college ball, a lot of players can play that first quarter really well. And as Christians, we may feel that way. We can show up to church once a month really well. We can tithe one time really well. We can raise our hands and really love this conference once a year. We can start really well. But when it comes to the fourth quarter, what is revealed is how much everyone was practicing when there were no fans in the stands. What is revealed in the fourth quarter is how hard everyone was training and working when nobody else was watching. What's revealed in the fourth quarter is really who has the athleticism to take this championship home. And so when we're thinking about our faith, how can we be people that can play in the fourth quarter? Like, I cannot watch the first, second, or third of some games. Just let me know when the fourth is on, because I want to see who has come to show up, who practiced all year. I want to see who practiced. And so I'm thinking the moments when I've been able to stand in trials, the moments when I've been able to run through hard times, it's because of all the time I spent on my knees when no one else was watching. And the times when I couldn't finish well was because I did not put in the time when no one else was in the stands, when no one else knew what was going on. And if we want to be women that can finish well, it's going to have so much to do with what you're doing when no one else is watching. It's going to have so much to do with how much time you're on your knees talking to God and in His Word when no one else knows how you spend your time in secret. That's what is going to be revealed in the fourth quarter. So if you're here thinking, man, I don't know if I'm finishing 2020 well, I want you to know there's hope for you. Your time's not done. It's not over. Even if you feel like, man, 2020 shook me and I realized my foundation wasn't good. Good news, you can start now. Good news, there's grace for you now. Good news, you can start now being in the Word and being on your knees, because 2020 may have been hard, but it will not be the last hard season that we have. There is still a fourth quarter coming, and you want to be able to finish well in your life. And so what are some practical ways, Laurie? What are some other practical ways that we can encourage women and equip women in? Here's some practical things to do during practice. Here's some practical things to do before the game that everyone sees starts. What are some more practical tools that we can give people?
I love you so much. You're so amazing to me. I think in this fourth quarter of 2020, I think a lot of people have seen loss. A lot of people have seen sickness. Some people have seen death in their families. I want to tell you that nothing is lost in the kingdom of God. There is nothing. I think of Moses, and he stood in faith. He's in the hall of faith, and he never saw the promised land. God had promised Moses and took his people, did all of that, but he never got to enter into I don't care where our life ends. I want to be known as the one with the faith to the end. I played my part. I did my job. There is nothing that goes unhindered. People have stood in faith this year, Chris. People have stood for things that maybe there was a loss in their eyes, but nothing lost in the kingdom of God. Give it all to the Lord, knowing and trusting that He is in control of our lives if we love and serve Him, that He's got it all, that there is nothing standing in the way between us and what God has for us. It's ourselves that we just need to get out of the way, and we just need to look towards the end of this year. I've said from the beginning of even 2020, we're all going to have a testimony this year. We're all going to have something to say. We've been 2020'd, all of us, I think, different things that have come around the circumstances of our lives. We want to look back at what happened, and maybe we think that it's been a testing, but maybe a lot of us have been proven this year, Chris, to stand the test of time, that really we were believing and trusting in God, that all that faith that we have used is going to now bring about a reaping of a harvest that we never dreamed possible, because we stood strong this year, because we did stand in faith, believing God, and that knowing that He was in control, knowing that nothing was lost in the kingdom, and we have proven and have been found with favor from the Lord through this year. And I believe that we can all have that and finish strong.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe today and you'll never miss a new upload.
And don't forget to check out our Better Together shop. Thanks for being a part of our community.